Okay. Now serious matters now we day. I just say some of you don't hear that music. People they compose. We got talents in this country. Compose all sorts of songs and but let's run very quickly to what we have on our table. We are not talking about that one today. Of course you saw that video of Paracon fraternity, coming up with a song that lot of the APC presidential candidates supporters have come to fire back at Professor Wale Soyinka, Nobel laureate, about his response to that particular song and all of that. Well, politics is, when it comes to parties, different parties, it's like business. This person wants to sell his candidate, that person wants to sell his candidate, and so this person goes on to say, look, don't buy that person, don't buy this ones, and it's all like that. That's it for you. Well, let's look at this straight away. He said, I warned Buhari's government that its economic policies will destroy Nigeria's economy. And so before we go on, you want to ask me, who is that person? That's the former Emir of Kano, Mohammed Sanusi II, disclosed that he warned the President Muhammadu Buhari administration that his economic policies would destroy Nigeria's economy. And what do we see today? It's hard and tough because I understand, going by the figures that are made available to us, 1.9 billion, or 1.9 trillion, I beg your pardon, it's used to service debt as of now. And then our internal revenue is 1.6. So that means that we borrowed 300 billion to service, to add to what we used to service debt. Now, for those of you who do not understand, it's when we say servicing debt, it means that just to pay the interest, it's not the money that is borrowed. It's not the money that is borrowed. So it's just to pay the interest. And so that means we need 300 billion to add, every time that money is being paid. Now, recently, we saw the federal government buying vehicles for Niger Republic, what's running into 1.15 billion naira. And we were wondering that if we have that kind of amount, that will go some way with ASU, if we were to forward push it in that direction. And I want to believe that this is just one of such, because this actually leaked. It was a document that was leaked. It was a document that leaked out. Not that it was announced, not that it was made public, not that it was mentioned that, oh, we want to buy a vehicle for Niger Republic, and so no. We have insecurity issues. And so we have ASU at home. We have bills to pay. We have this 300 billion that is needed to support what you used to. Now, if you take that out of what is being expended to, and the point the question is, what advantage at these expenses that is being made on behalf of Nigeria? Because if you say you help me to, why would you even help me to spend my money without my knowing? That's the first thing. And then secondly, you now spend my money. I should be able to see why you are spending my money. What you spend my money on. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. It's alarming. It just shows that, is it like we don't understand the system? We don't understand the trend? Because even as a man managing the home, you now consider that this is the amount of money that is coming into the family. There might be certain things that you used to do before that you probably will just shelve and just say, hold on, my dear. You talk to your wife, you talk to your children. Look, for the time being, we might not be able to afford this. So that you're able to make do with what you have and not put yourself into unnecessary trouble. So that you have your normal temperature and have your normal blood pressure. You won't go on to say that, we change our clothes every 6 months, so we now have to continue and do that. No, you probably would have to say, look, we might not be able to change our, our dresses, our wardrobe every 6 months anymore. We might just have to leave that at the moment and, just make do with what we have. And then, you know what I'm trying to say? That is how to manage this. And I don't think, managing the economy of the country is like, because the country, for the federal government or for the president as a whole, as a father figure that he is supposed to be, he's supposed to be like a family. It's supposed to be like a family. But recently we began to see that, even governors came up with, some funny solutions where they said that those who are 50 years old and above should be retired. Those who earn more than from 30,000 naira upward should be made to pay, kind of compulsory taxes and all of that. Petrol now sells at 195, 100, 200 in some places, 250. I know some people buy even for more. Everything is tough. Are you trying to alleviate poverty, or you are trying to, you seem to, and look, I saw recently now that we're probably going to be paying double we've been paying for text messages, for making calls and all of that. It will probably have to double. Some time ago, the TV, what do they call them? I don't want to mention name now. But cable TV, one cable TV like that was saying they were going to increase tariff, and I remember the House of Representatives, the Senate pushed against it. Do you know that they still went ahead? They said never, they cannot do it. Do you know that same month we paid more? We paid more. We pay for lights that we don't use. Somebody comes to read the meter of this studio and then comes around and they say, but the bill you brought, the reading on the bill, the reading that they put on the bill, the meter is still far away from that bill, from that reading. Now they said, okay, don't worry, we'll correct it. So with the next bill they bring, they say they have corrected it, but the amount of money remains there. How do we explain that? So what I'm trying to say is that I think we should be in the process of trying to create a balance. If we are really working in the interest of everyone being fine, being okay, being good. Now let's go back to Sanusi. Well, Sanusi also lamented the current state of the nation, saying Nigeria will not be where it is if public office holders take their jobs seriously. The former emir, who spoke in Lagos on Sunday at a stage play titled Emir Sanusi Truths in Time, every inherent dangers in the economic policies he communicated to the administration when he newly came on board in 2015-2016 is what the country is facing today. The former emir, or former Kano emir, recalled how he wrote a confidential letter to ex-president Goodluck Jonathan as the Central Bank of Nigeria governor, governor, CBN governor, voicing his strong concerns about the economy. If every president, every governor, every minister, every commissioner took their job seriously, this country will not be where it is or where it was, he stated. Now, if people are willing to be ministers, commissioners, governors, and presidents for 8 years and not tell us how they have improved our lives, we have a problem. We have nothing to write. Things are getting tougher and tougher and tougher. Things are getting bad. Insecurity is at its peak. It's at its peak. I saw a report. Somebody was saying, a pastor was preaching, and he mentioned a case of he was the one who mentioned those figures too. Now he mentioned a case of a particular part in the north where I think bandits went in on them, and the vigilantes in that place overpowered them, even though they lost two amongst them. But then they killed quite a number of those guys that came upon them. And I understand. He said the authority came in and said they didn't have a right to do that. They are being held for murder. In a same country, somebody comes into my house. He wants to come and steal something, and so he puts his hand through the burglary into the house. He puts his hand through the burglary into the room, trying to pick something. I am on the inside. I have a machete, not even a gun. I don't have a gun. I have a machete, and I use it on that hand. Ha! You say, oh, may God help also. Like, seriously. So you say you've committed a crime. You committed a crime for hurting that fellow. Okay, so what should I have done? Yes, you should have just watched and allow him to steal it. And now that is just stealing. That's just stealing. Now, when we now talk about somebody who threatens your life, he's a threat to your life. So you were able to, first of all, and you are now being held. I think there's so much. We have so many things not going right, in our environment, and I believe that, well, whether this government or subsequent governments will have to do something very, very quickly about what is happening. Well, Sanusi charged politicians to be accountable to the people, and I think that is very, very important at this time. Sanusi asked Nigerians to take charge of the country. He said Africa's most populous nation will not move forward until actual steps are taken. That means there are certain things that got to be done. The ex-CBN governor also spoke on why he usually criticizes government policies he found not to be good enough, saying what many do not know is that he would have advised the officials privately for months before going public. On the current administration, Sanusi said he warned the federal government of the dangers of its policies in 2015, especially how it would destroy the economy. With the current administration, I spent the whole of 2015 and 2016 speaking to everybody who should be communicated to and telling them that the economic policies they were pushing were going to destroy the Nigeria economy. And look at where we are today. It was only when they failed that I spoke publicly, and we had to speak. Now the question which everybody is asking is, should an emir speak? The answer is yes, and it depends on what you are speaking on, he added. According to Sanusi, he served as Chief Risk Officer at the United Bank for Africa, at First Bank, and also as CBN Governor, Emir of Kano for 6 years. He stated that he would be ungrateful to God if he expressed regret or sadness over his removal as Emir despite his position in life. Well, I'll leave you there. I'll leave the platform for you so that you get free. Be free to drop your comment, make them simple and civil. Follow other news on our platform and on our Facebook platform, also on page on our website. It's ONIF TV. Just type that in and then you will get results. We've got several news scrolling down, the page, quite a lot of them. And then just feel free to drop your comments as you see them scrolling. Just speak anyone. Let's discuss about it. Tell us what you feel about it. And then, of course, we are here. We will communicate. This is Serious Matters. It's a platform. It's a big room. It's a big table. It's a round table where, you're free to drop your comment. But like I would always say, make them simple and civil. Make them simple and civil. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Olukunle Abraham. I appreciate you. Have the best of your day. Bye-bye.